We're joined now in studio by a man who needs very little introduction, the most capped Bafana Bafana player, Bafana Bafana captain, and a man who's helped shape South African football. Mokoena joins us in studio. Thank you very much for speaking to us here on GameOn. We've been trying to get you here for quite a while, so thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
What are you up to at the moment?
Well, I took time off for like 2 years, trying to find out exactly what I'm capable of. And yeah, so far actually I managed to get a constructive plan in terms of what I want to do. My focus at the moment is I'm in 3 companies, 2 sports management companies, one in the UK, one in South Africa, Mokoena Foundation as well. Those are my core business I would say core, should I say focus at this point in time. There are a few, I would say ideas on the pipeline as well. I mean, I'm busy with FAD, which is Football Against Disease.
Wow.
Handshake of Peace, which I hope you saw it on the World Cup as well. Yeah, so there's few things, but at the moment, actually, I wanted to start it small, which there's 3 companies that I mentioned. That's what I'm busy doing at the moment.
Talk about an agency that you're part of. Will you be looking at maybe taking players from South Africa, introducing them to football overseas? Because that's something we've been lacking in the country.
I think the most important thing for me is, to make that awareness, to make sure that these players, firstly, they get developed properly. I mean, I'm talking about academically,
yeah,
and of course, sports-wise, and of course, I mean, if we do find, that athlete who's capable of making a mark internationally, why not? To give them that exposure, like as you mentioned. I mean, we've been there, we've done it, and coming back, you come back with absolutely major experience. So yeah, as we know, we have talent here, but I always thought our development structure can be correct.
Do you find that after you retire, that was one of the big challenges, is getting players interested in playing overseas, getting that hunger back?
Yes, I mean, I don't really want our focus to shift to international. Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, that's where you want to make a mark. That's where you want to rub shoulders with, well-known players. But we also have a structure here at home. We have, fantastic clubs or teams that players can get better development and, of course, make their mark. Yes, it's always good to have a bigger picture, and of course, want to be the best. And being the best, you got to play. You got to play against the best. It starts at home. We need to make sure that we develop these players and give them that exposure. National team, you play against international players who manage to get that exposure. So yeah, like I said, I mean, if we manage to get that players or athletes that are capable of of raising the flag, South African flag, internationally, why not?
Talking about development, will we see you going into coaching maybe someday?
I would love to. But like as I mentioned, the focus at the moment, I mean, it would be nice really to get back and plow back. But I thought, there are so many ways of plowing back. Hence, I've spoken about this development sports agency. I think it's something that really we need as well. I would love to be in coaching one day, but we shall see.
You have a career spanning over a decade, if not more, captain for over 6 years. How difficult is it to choose a career highlight from such a long career?
I think it's easy because it's something that you love. It's always good to do or to make a mark in something that you love. And I have been so fortunate to be able to be part of the national team, to captain my country, and most of all, really to play in the World Cup 2010 at home and be the captain as well. I have been so fortunate. Yeah, to make a choice for me, it wasn't a difficult decision really. I mean, it's something that I really wanted to do, something that I dreamed of, and yeah, I managed to get that opportunity and took it with 2 hands.
Who do you feel had the biggest influence in your life, in your playing career?
In my playing career, definitely will be, the legend Jomosono. Who went to the dusty streets of Buipatong to search for for this talent. And I never disappointed him, you know. And I took it further. I managed to, you know, to be coached or to be managed by well-known coaches out there, the legends as well. So, yeah, I have been so fortunate, honestly.
Of course, Shakes Mashaba is in charge of Bafana Bafana now. He was also in charge before. What has he brought to this Bafana Bafana side that you maybe experienced?
Most of all, I would say he brought the confidence. You know, confidence plays a major role in, I would say, in any sport or any activity, even in a general, you know, job or work. Once you don't have confidence, there is no chance that you can succeed in life. So that's what he brought in the national team. The boys managed to understand that we need the identity. We need to be free when we in the pitch. And of course, I mean, he brought the fact that people should understand that there are youngsters out over there, and there are youngsters who are hungry, and of course that nice mixture with experienced players. So he sort of brought quite few elements in the national team, but most of all, I would say confidence. Confidence actually, it's the major aspect that he really brought.
Going into the Africa Cup of Nations, of course, Bafana Bafana depart tomorrow they depart. What are the chances of Bafana Bafana actually making it through to those final stages? We've seen Shakes Mashaba not losing any matches since he took over. He's just brought the team to that extra level.
Well, chances are always there, but you create your own chances. You know, playing away from home, and especially, you know, being in the environment where you don't have your home spectators, the weather, food that you used to, it's a you know, it can be a factor as well, but the chances are there. I mean, it's all about really the boys understanding how important this tournament is for their families, for themselves, and of course for the country itself. To sacrifice, they managed to turn a corner. So now it's all about really getting there, and where it's going to be really difficult to get to the, you know, quarterfinals. But really that mental strength as well, it's gonna really be important for them. So our chances are there. It's all about them really getting in the field and understanding the importance of this tournament for them.
Coach Mashaba says the time for excuses is over. We're no longer in a training phase. It's now time to actually prove what South Africa is worth. Do you think we have strong enough players to actually take South African football as a whole to the next level?
We have talent. We always have a problem with that mental strength. Playing in Africa is not like playing in Europe. Playing in Europe, you find great or fantastic facilities. But then when you go to Africa, it's a totally different ball game. When you in Europe and South Africa, I would say we're similar in a way when it comes to infrastructure. But then going to Africa, it's absolutely a total different ball game. So yeah, it's gonna be difficult. It's absolutely gonna be difficult. But I agree with Prashek. No excuses. The boys managed to go to Africa and back, win games, draw games. Why can't they go to Equatorial Guinea and make a mark for themselves?
Just one last question. The attacking force has been the pride of Shakes Mashaba. We see Bernard Parker back in that squad. Does he still have some fire in those legs?
I mean, like I said, you know, the youngsters with that experience, it's a nice mixture. Bernard understands that he's going to be a leader over there, whether he would wear that arm belt or not. By being part of, you know, that setup, he's going to be a leader. He done well, and he is known in Africa. People will expect him to perform, and I think, I mean, from watching him, I mean, he's back from injury, and I think he is fully fit at the moment. He needs to show that he can do it, but the most important thing for him is to help these boys that they can rise in the occasion.
Just very quickly, because we're running out of time, what has been the success of that defense, that back line?
I think it's been, it's a collective. I think you work as a collective. I mean, you tend to defend as a team. I mean, back four, we know that you got, two experienced centre halves who they can always defend goals, and of course, the late Senzo played a major role in terms of defending. But then, yeah, collective defensive for me, I think that was the key.
Thank you very much, Aaron, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavours. We're definitely keeping an eye on what you're up to and where the next Aaron Mokoena will be.
Thank you for having me.